Hello, welcome to a commentary on the 12 Days of Fluffmas, all like 49, 50 minutes of it. This is one of my favourite things I've ever done with the channel, arguably my favourite. For those that haven't endured all 12 days of the greatest thing you've ever seen, the 12 Days of Fluffmas was a project that I did last Christmas. It was obviously kind of parodying the idea of the 12 Days of Christmas. And it was 12 individual videos, on a smaller scale. They're like 2-3 minutes each. The longest one was 8 minutes. And that it was usually around the 3-4 minute mark. And I released them daily, for the most part, for 12 days straight, covering topics that I thought would be interesting and could fit in that time limit. And the end product, honestly, I'm just surprised I managed to do it. This is the episode we're watching at the moment, and I'm going to be doing these sequentially. I'm watching them in like a YouTube playlist. This is the first episode, Bad Video Game Box Art. And it's about bad video game box art. Who would have thought? And this is the first one I did. It was originally done, I didn't actually intend to do it at first. I would love to do a commentary on this episode, but to be honest, there's not much to say on it, aside from the history, which is also just the history of how 12 Days of Fluffmas came to be, so let's get into that. It originally came about as a joke. A friend said as a joke, I think it was Lachlan, who plays Mr. Dictionary in the Facebook Marketplace episode, and also has an appearance in the Wordle episode of this thing. He said to me, I was like, I don't know what to do for the Christmas special, because originally I had like a really big Christmas special planned. It was going to be like a half-hour big thing. It was about the Weezer Christmas with Weezer iOS video game, and I don't think that video is ever going to happen. If it does, it does, but I don't think it will. And that was the original plan, but personal stuff, conflict with friends, all of that, conflicting schedules and everything, meant we couldn't really get the video done in time. It also didn't help that by like December 10th, I had hardly gotten the script done. I was kind of scrambling. So I thought, okay, I'll do something, it's still celebrating Christmas. And he suggested the idea. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but like how I'd do it. And then I posted the first video's Bad Video Game Box Art. Originally, I wasn't confident in if I wanted to do it as a full series, but I ended up doing it as a full series. So I posted this one just a throwaway video, and then the next day came and I'm like, I might as well, and then I keep going. And it was by the time I reached like day 4 or 5, and I'm like, yeah, there's no escaping this. I'm gonna be doing daily videos for 12 days, and then I did. The last one was released 2 months late. We don't talk about that. We'll get to that in 40 minutes. But overall, I'm very happy with the final product. I don't think there's like a connecting story across all these videos. It's kind of summed up very quickly in the Game Boy Micro Christmas. But I'm still very happy that I managed to get this done, and that the videos might not be masterpieces, but they're my videos, and I'm very proud that I managed to pump them out consistently for 12 days, and watching them back, it's really cool. Like, I managed to do that. I don't know how to articulate it. At the moment, though, like I said, we're on the first episode, Bad Video Game Box Art. This was released December, let's find out, December 14th of 2022. This was a scram, because I was at a party that day, and when I got home, I'm like, man, I'm in the mood to make a video. And so I did. And then I put this together, and yeah, now we're about to reach the end of it. Here come the credits. I love that intro music. Outro music, sorry. I don't talk about that often, but it's really cool outro music. I don't know if I'll keep the outro bits in. Like I said, I'm watching this in a playlist, so it's a bit iffy. We are about to move on to the second episode, Wordle. Read the dictionary instead. This was a video that I wasn't sure I was going to make, because I was very busy that day. I was doing stuff with people. I had friends over, and we were playing with Mario Kart and shit. And it was like 6 p.m. when they left, and I'm like, oh god, can I manage to do this in time? And then I did, largely because the script for the Wordle video was already done, like, ahead of time, actually. Part of it at least. Like, I had a script for a skip video around Wordle that I was planning to do before that, and I'm like, I don't really have time to write a proper script, for this one. So I quickly recycled that script. Only 2 of the scripts in, the 12 Days of Fluffmas thing are, like, recycled at all, which I'm pretty proud of, the fact that most of them were original. Original as in, like, I wrote them while this was, ongoing, compared to, like, using old script from months ago. This video was cool. It's obviously just me ranting about Wordle. Yeah. I don't know really what to say now. I'm gonna try out Wordle. I love the tooth joke in this one. It's really funny. Ooh, I wanted to get this done on a shirt. Like I was talking merch designs with a friend, and I was like, you know, it would be really cool if I put the word tooth. I'm trying to remember what it was. Tooth. I know Eambi is on there. I know Sonic is on there. Rivals is on there. What was third? Shit. I've actually forgotten. Timmy. Empty. Mitty empty, yeah. Anagrams are a son of a bitch. What do you have against Leonard? I forgot how the line goes. I don't watch these often, surprisingly. I say eek really aggressively, don't I? I know my own videos. Yeah, the funny thing is, this part was actually unscripted. Like, the opening bit was scripted, and it is not, yeah. Sonic. So, Tooth, Sonic, Eambi. Is it Rains?
Would you look at that? Now we've got an A and an I.
Is it Rains?
Adolf spelled it correctly.
That's a joke. Oh, man. Yeah, so this part was unscripted. The guesses here were just off the top of my head. I'm like, oh, what would be funny? Like, I tried to give the absolute worst guesses I could. Could you tell by the fact that it was Tooth and Tooth again? Yeah. Yeah, that was a real rant. I got kind of pissed at Wordle. I don't know why I'm getting pissed. I'm doing terribly on purpose. Anyways, you're about to get the greatest appearance of all time with Lachlan as, I guess Mr. Dictionary. I don't think I canonically gave that character a name. The idea for Mr. Dictionary came about because he was in the Wordle video. I was doing a Facebook Marketplace video and I thought, yeah, I could work that in. I just messaged him. That was really late at night. I was like 11, maybe 12 when I was editing that. And I was just like, hey, you wanna be in a video? He's like, yeah, well, sure. What do you want me to do? And I'm like, say 3 words. And he's like, alright, and then he sent me the voice message and I put it in, it was really good, and then they uploaded the video. Anyways, we are on Radiant Radish now. This is the 3rd one, and this is one of my favourites, because it is a topic that I'm really passionate about, for some stupid reason. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Beach Boys fan. I love their stuff. I've listened through their entire discography. I think they have one of the most diverse discographies, and not only is their music diverse, their projects are diverse, like the stuff they do outside of music. And one of those was a health food store that I learnt about. I was watching like a Beach Boys iceberg video. You know, those iceberg videos with like the tears, and it gets more obscure as you go on. I'm like, they bring up the Radiant Radish. I'm like, wow, that's weird. And then I read a bit into it. I spent like an hour researching just whatever I could about the Radiant Radish. I get into those fits sometimes where I just jump in. And I kind of put that on the back burner. I'm like, you know, if I ever want to make a video on that, I probably could. I was considering making like a big documentary, not documentary, but like a bigger style video, something like the Weezer fan club, until I realized there's really not that much to say about the Radiant Radish. And when I realized that, I was like, okay, I'll put this on the back burner for when I really want to make like a 3-minute video. And then it comes to me and I'm like, oh my god, yes, this will be perfect for 12 Days of Fluffmas. And then I did it. This, in like the general landscape of the 12 Days of Fluffmas, this is Josh. This is the only video he's been in. Joshua Blake. He plays Brian Wilson in this video. He has like 2 lines. What? Well, we're closed. It's midday. And what was the other one? Weren't they tomatoes? I demand a refund. Yeah, there was a similar thing to Lachlan where I just messaged him at like 11 or 12. Like, hey, you want to be in a video? Yeah. What do you want me to say? And then like, okay, so you're playing Brian Wilson. He's like, who? And I'm like, so this white guy. He's like, oh, I've got it, don't worry. And then he put on an Australian accent. So yeah, if Josh, you're watching this, good job, buckaroo. And that is the Radiant Radish as it appears today. That is the funniest thing. This I did not learn back then. This I learned while doing the video, is that Drake bought out the building as a showroom for his whiskey company, Virginia Black. And I just find it so funny. Like, there's no way that's a coincidence that 2 musicians bought out, like, the same, or leased out the same building to, like, you know, sell or promote things, like food and drink related things that have nothing to do with their profession. I just find that really funny. And here comes Josh's second line. I demand a refund. I yelled. Like, I remember, like, my mum walked in or something. Like, Lucas, are you okay? What was that? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just for a video. She's like, oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, we haven't got noise complaints yet, surprisingly. I mean, it's when I'm yelling out, I demand a refund, that I think, ooh, this is the Hello Kitty video now. I'm gonna abandon that sense, because I didn't have much to say about that one. I just really like that video. I'm wearing that sweater right now as we record. That exact sweater is on me. I really like this sweater. the kawaii, that was a suggestion by a friend. Yeah, I didn't actually write this video in full. I wrote maybe half of this. I had help from Amber, who is an artist for the series. And yeah, she's done some art for the series. She did some designs in the credits for Game Boy Micro Christmas. Did a beautiful poster and some things that I plan to announce soon. Oh, don't shut up. And she helped write this video. My personal favorite joke that she did in this video was the raid bug spray joke. I think that's coming up soon. Yeah, it's okay. Obviously, like, I tried to put my all into this, but you know, 2 scripts were recycled and one of them was half written by me. It's just like with 12 days, and I was working. A few of these were recorded. There's Amber's Bill. I love that joke. It was really funny. Yeah. I was working some of these days. I had a job. I'm currently unemployed because I'm a bitch. But I did have a job when recording these videos, and during a few of them I was working, notably the Radiant Radish and Hello Kitty World videos. I'm very surprised I got this done because I got home really late from work, and so I was like scrambling to record and edit. I'm really impressed I got it done in time. I'm happy I got it done in time though, because I thought this video was cool. I've always wanted to cover an NES game, and that's still something I want to dive more in depth with. I recently beat all the 2D NES Mario games, and I hope to do a big kind of retrospective video on those. But for the time being, here's Hello Kitty World. This is a reskin of Balloon Kid, which only ever released, I believe, in the US on the Game Boy, and then this was a Japanese exclusive for the NES. This is the optimal version of the game because not only is it in color, but Hello Kitty's in it, which I find absolutely hilarious. How am I gonna be kawaii now? I love that line. That was really aggressive. That was another one where my mum came in like, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah. Balloon Kid. Yeah, I need to play Balloon Kid. I was gonna. This thing that pissed me off in editing. I only realized that it was like I was like 1 a.m. when I was editing this because, like I said, I got home really late. I was hoping like I could get the exact level footage from Balloon Kid and then kind of sync it up with the Hello Kitty World gameplay, so it's like a very smooth transition. I was not able to do that, and that really pisses me off. Like, I can't. It's hard to describe what I was intending by that, but it would look really cool, and I kind of forgot to do it. And it was only when I exported it and it was already uploading that I realized I didn't do that. And at that point, I was really tired because it was like 1 a.m. and I'm like, screw it, let's just upload this and get it over with. I'm glad the video's done, so I can do another one the next day. I can't even remember what came after this. It was the Grinch one. Yeah, I made these videos and I can't remember how they go. Okay.
I don't get it. See, after this, I tried more Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
More Hello Kitty games, more Hello Kitty media, but
That's a lie. I played Hello Kitty World for NES and nothing else. I mean, I did do a bit more, like, in terms of background research. I watched an episode of, I think, Hello Kitty and Friends, like the show. You can see the radical hat in the background. This always pissed me off.
which is why it's always good to have a backup plan in mind.
Radical lifestyle. Those sunglasses are my favorite thing. They're like right next to me right now. Well, not right next to me, like a couple meters away. I could grab them right now and wear them, but you wouldn't be able to see that, so there's no point. Yep. Yeah, okay, and this, I completely forgot this was even in the video. Connor's cameo. He had a Hello Kitty shirt, and he's like, "Can I please be in the video?"
What those sentences made me exhale, and they were about.
This scene was weird. Okay, so I was like to Connor, I was talking to him because he knows more about Hello Kitty than me for some reason because he's a kawaii son of a bitch. And I was like, okay, I'm making a Hello Kitty video, and that's where that ends. I will get to Grinch in a minute. I just want to tell this story. And I was talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, can I be in this video? Because I have this awesome Hello Kitty shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, I know you have that Hello Kitty shirt. I was there when you bought it. I've worn that shirt. It's beautiful." And I tried to write it in, and it was difficult, but I think it fits sort of well. I still don't think his role was perfect. I think Connor's role was more refined when he became the bath ghost in The Marriage, that I love. Or The Wedding, sorry. I always call it The Marriage for some stupid reason. Because that was its original title. Yeah. What was I going to say? What was I going to bloody say? Yeah, and then he was just kind of in the video. And I tried to fit it in, and it worked better than I thought it would. Did it work perfectly? No. But, you know, I love to get my friends involved in these videos, and getting Connor involved was really fun, because he's one of my favorite people to work with when it comes to these videos, because he's one of the few people, no offense to anybody else involved in these videos, that isn't afraid to improv and just come up with shit on his own. I'd love to do a commentary on the wedding with him, or anything that he's helped me with. They're fun. Anyways, we are on the Grinch now, the Grinch for Nintendo DS. This is a game that I only found out about like a week before. And I ran into a copy of it a week after this, actually. I'm playing on an emulator here, obviously, for the most part. Not for the most part, I'm playing on an emulator throughout the entire damn thing. I like this joke. That dress shirt, that's the only dress shirt I own, and you can see the grey shirt under it too. My hair was weird in these videos, I just noticed that. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, this was a game I found out about like a week before this. I'm like, that's so weird, like, it's a Grinch game, and not only is it weird that there exists a Grinch game on Nintendo DS, the fact that it is like one of the, oh my god, it's me. The fact that it's like one of the worst things ever, like, oh my god, it's perfect, for a setup for this kind of video. And for some reason it took me a really long time to think of it. I didn't start making the video until later in the day. Yeah, these videos were done on the day of, which I find absolutely brutal. But yes, as I was saying, I lost my train of thought. This game just sucks, and I did not enjoy playing it one bit, but it made for a decent video. It's a very basic kind of review. I didn't go anything elaborate with this. It was, that's Bonnie Clyde. I didn't do anything elaborate with this one. It was just like, alright, let's do a basic review of this game. I don't like the graphics, I don't like the gameplay, I don't like anything. Let's talk about why I don't like those things. Kind of summarize that in a very short video. This one is only like 3 minutes. 3.5, but obviously that includes the outro, so it's a very short video, but I mean, what more is there to say about the Grinch for Nintendo DS? And this, okay. And this I referenced, so there was a bit of connection between the videos, or at least tried to, and that is connected to in the next video, which is one of my favorites I've ever done. It's a fairly short one, it's only like 5-6 minutes, but it is one of my favorites I have ever done. Because there was so much passion put into it. It is the Coke Soak, what was it called? Reimagined, I'm trying to remember, not reimagined, revisited, recapitalized? No, it's not right. Revisited, recommercialized, there, we got it, I really know these videos, and this was one of my favorites. This was released on the 3-year anniversary of Anything with Fluff, and I only realized that a few days beforehand that, that was coming up, and it lined up with 12 Days of Fluffmas. And I was really happy that I've been doing this for 3 years. Like, I know, I don't have the most consistent schedule. Like, this year I've only posted, like, 3 videos. Don't worry, there's more coming. Don't calm down. I have, like, 3 massive ones in the works right now. Yeah, and it just blew my mind that I've been doing this for 3 years. And I thought, okay, what better to do, for a 3-year anniversary than to revisit the first thing I talked about, the Coke Soak video, which I also have a commentary on. Does YouTube still let you do, like, those cards in the corner? Because if they do, then there's the Coke Soak commentary in the corner, for the original video. And, yeah, I actually recorded the commentary, like, right before recording this. I recorded the commentary, and then I recorded this. And the commentary put me in the right frame of mind to get even more passionate about it. This is just one of my favorites. Towards the end, it gets heartfelt, too. And I'd like to think that was genuine. The part about the Anything with Fluff series, at least, I really could not care less about the Coke Soak. The Coke Soak is the stupidest thing. Okay, like, a movie theme park doing a, like, land based on Coca-Cola. Like, what does that represent about filmmaking? Like, I'm sure it's in films, but a whole land, and like, what was their goal here? To be fair, its replacement, which is like the Super Silly Fun Land, theme to Minions, isn't that much better, but it is at least relevant to the movie theme, more so than a goddamn drink brand, so I'm not gonna complain. That was a good scream. How did they get away with this? This is just, yeah, so fun to write and everything, and there's a few callbacks to the original in here. And it was also my first experiment with green screen. Weirdly, I didn't have a green screen for this video. I bought a green screen the next day, funnily enough. This was, I had to frame by frame remove the background in one scene, you'll see it towards the end. And that was a pain in the ass, but we'll get to that when we get to it. For the time being, this is the Coke Soak video. The second one, the fact that I've only made like 35 episodes at the moment or anything with Fluff, and 2 of them are themed or about the Coke Soak is concerning. Because I don't think any of them should be about the Coke Soak. I didn't even know I made a video on the Coke Soak in the first place. Look, I called the series Anything with Fluff because it wasn't a video game and it wasn't a movie, so I couldn't make a gaming Muffy or Muffy movies, and I thought, well, I might as well have a more broad kind of thing to cover dumb shit like that, so I did. And you can thank the Coke Soak for this dumbass series existing, essentially. It's the only thing it's ever been good for. No, I actually, I don't appreciate the Coke Soak because now I make anything with fluff episodes. No, kid, I'm very happy I make these. And I'm even happier when I've been doing it for 3 years and they're about the Coke Soak. Yeah, I ran about the land. My points generally, like, didn't change that much from the original Coke Soak video. Like, there were a few points I took back, like, right here. But yeah, like, about the brown water, which I found really stupid. What else? Like, I took a few points back and I made a few new points, but for the most part, it's just the old video, but updated and made better in every way imaginable, because that old video is not very good. And I'm very happy that I managed to do this, and I'd love to do this with more videos. Once I want to do a Mario Paint. Again, ironically, creative exercise from Mario Paint is playing in the background in this video at the moment. I don't know if you can hear that. And this Coke Soak demolition, and then sad piano music kicks in because, oh, the demolition of the Coke Soak is so sad. But yeah, as I was saying, I'd love to do this kind of thing, like this, I wouldn't call it a remaster, but like revisiting old topics that I didn't give enough attention to. I'd love to do that with more videos in the future. I have plenty of ideas for anything with fluff episodes that aren't rehashes, don't worry. I have, like, I could go up to, like, episode 100 with the ideas I have written down and notes about and everything. And even beyond that, there's plenty more to talk about. But I'd still love every now and then to revisit this kind of thing. Mario Paint is one I want to revisit. I don't really want to revisit TikTok. I want to do a sequel to Valentine's Day exchange cards. And also a sequel to Muppets Downfall, because yeah, a lot has changed in the past 3 years since I made that video when it comes to the Muppets. And tons of other stuff I want to revisit. Nintendo in the arcades, for obvious reasons, I could do more justice. And pretty much every other video from that era I could do more justice, obviously. But and yeah, this was a bit of a sentimental video to me. I really cared about making it. I did delay it a day. This was the first one I actually delayed. Did I? No, I did not. No, this came out on the night. Next one I delayed, which was Happy Meal Toys, or Nintendo Happy Meal Toys. We'll get to that in a second, which is one of my favorites, probably. Like, actually, I'd argue that's my favorite from the series. Maybe except for this one. Oh, I nearly swore there. I nearly said "f***." Whoa. Then I got locked, and this was a piece of continuity that strung the episodes together. And now we're back at the outro. Next is Nintendo Happy Meal Toys, which is a very cool one, because it's a topic that was just so interesting to research. And I could have called it Mario Happy Meal Toys if I wanted to, because they haven't done anything besides. Oh, it's loading. Okay, yeah. There was like a bit of a cut there. I'll see if I can work that out in post. We are now on Nintendo Happy Meal Toys, which is one of my absolute favorites, as I said. Not only one of my, it's the longest one besides Game Boy Micro Christmas. Or actually, if you remove the credits from Game Boy Micro Christmas, I'm fairly sure this is the longest one, and I did not expect it to be. And it was the only one I delayed by a day. I delayed this to the morning of after, because I had this down and I recorded the voiceover, and then in like half an hour I was leaving to do something, so I quickly recorded everything and I just put it in, and I'm like, okay, I'll try and edit it when I get home. I went to Movie World that day. They were doing like a Christmas event. I don't know if any of you know Movie World. That's another topic I want to do for a video, something about it in the future. Hollywood on the Gold Coast, it's a fun, dinky-ass theme park, and I was there for a few hours, and as much as fun as I had, all I could think about was, oh god, I'm not going to be able to get the video out tonight, oh god. And it was like, I was working on it, and then coincidentally the same night Weezer's new album came out, and okay, normally I like to put these videos first, but when a new Weezer album comes out, this EP, I guess, Seasons Winter, which I want to do a video on at some point, don't tell them, prank him, John, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, and so I kind of got distracted by that, and when that finished, I'm like, oh god, it's really late. It was like 12, and I'm like, okay, no matter how much I edit this video for the next, like, hour or two, I like to get to bed before, like, 1 in the morning. And no matter how much I edit this, there's no way I'm going to be able to get it done in time. Like, the voiceover wasn't even fully edited. There's no way I could have done all of this. So I delayed it to the next morning, and it came out the next afternoon. So you could tell I was very productive. I think I was listening to Seasons Winter again, because I needed to take that in some more. It's completely unrelated. I really enjoy it. And yeah, I just covered Happy Meal Toys, Nintendo Happy Meal Toys, and it's a really fun one to cover, because they're kind of stupid. There's a lot of opportunity for joke. Like, I mean, look at that Luigi figure. That is so stupid. Yeah, like, Jesus, what did they do to the poor man? Like, fuck me sideways. Unrelated, I'm gonna plug my phone in right now because it's about to die. So excuse me for a minute while the video plays. You might not be able to hear me right now because I'm very far away from the microphone. What I said was I'm very far away from the microphone if you couldn't hear that.
Mario was advertised as John.
That scared me. My own screaming scared me. Good on me.
Was that he could move around.
That mug is... I have that mug. It's right next to me at the moment, actually. I don't drink out of that mug. It's a powerful mug, you know. Having John Lennon on the side of your mug, like, fuck me, that's worth it. Sorry, I got distracted. I got a message. I fixated a lot on those toys for some reason. I think I spent way too long. And these ones I'm covering now. These are the... I can't remember the name of them. Like the play... It's the ones that encouraged activity, which was stupid because none of them really encouraged activity. Okay, like, I'll cycle through the toys and... That's a good joke. I like that one. The toys. Yeah, that's a phrase that I always use in anything with fluff episodes, and it's a bad habit. Are they called to take the Mario? It's a bad habit where I'm just like, oh, this, like if I'm talking about a video game, yep, it's a game, or yep, it's a song, yep, it's a product, yep, it's this, yep, it's that, like, no shit, it's that, why is it that, like, I need it, it's a habit I have, and I need to break out of it. But with this one, like, you can't really blame me, like, what am I supposed to say about the Yoshi toy? That image is foul. I found that when looking at images of the toy, and, like, oh, the amount of suggestive jokes that, like, oh, I could make so many weird sexual jokes right now, and it took me about a minute before my brain clicked and realized I'm talking about Yoshi here, like, come on, and I had to control myself there. I don't get that one. That's just a sphere with a Donkey Kong sphere. It's just a little circle thing with Donkey Kong on it. That toy is dumb. I don't get it. I would love to have had more of these toys. I guarantee you, if I had more time to work on this video, more than a day, I probably would have been able to gather more of these toys. Like, I know I had a few of these. Like, even, like, the Mario Kart 8 ones that are on screen right now, it might have been the re-release from a few years later, but as far as I know, I had a few of those, and I probably still have them in a box somewhere. And even then, I could have bought a bunch of the old ones for, like, very cheap if I wanted to. And those would have been really cool to demonstrate for the video, but I couldn't. I don't know if I want to revisit this one, just because I do really like how this video turned out, aside from the fact that I couldn't really demonstrate most of the toys, bar like one or two. So I don't know if I'll ever revisit it, but it is one that I, as much as I hate to say it, I kind of regret doing as part of the 12 Days of Fluffmas. Barrage, because it kind of limited the opportunity for the video. Don't get me wrong, I still think with what I had, this video turned out great, and even if you consider it in the, like, the broader scope of anything with fluff, I made a mistake there. Even if you consider it in the, like, the broader scope of anything with fluff, I still think it turned out really good. But they could have done more. There's Toad. Yeah, I think I had that Toad figure actually. It was in a box somewhere. I didn't have time to go through the box. I was so fixated on editing this in time. That's, you know, to keep doing it like that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Like, yeah. Actually, I make a joke about it there. Yeah, because that was a thing I was aware of. I was made aware of it by the amount of times I said, oh, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Like, I had to make a joke about that. I hope to break out of that habit in future videos. As much as I love stuff like the Weezer Fan Club video, that's probably my favorite video I've ever done. I still say that a few times, and even with Facebook Marketplace, I say that a few times. The video that I'm doing next, which is not a massive one, but it's bigger than, it's in between of Facebook Marketplace and the Weezer Fan Club. That one doesn't have much of it, which I'm pretty happy about, and the ones after that, from what I've written, don't have much about that, which I'm pretty happy about. Anyways, I'm getting off track. We're meant to be talking about 12 Days of Fluffmas here. I own that one, and I managed to demonstrate it, and there's a PS2 and Godzilla in the background. I don't know why Godzilla's next to the PS2. He's no longer next to the PS2. He's migrating to somewhere. Godzilla is gone. I don't know where. Yep, the Mario movie does exist, and it did come out. And I may or may not be that may or may not be the video I was talking about 30 seconds ago. That'll be up soon. Well, by the time I post this, it might already be up. I don't know actually, so I might be acting like this super secretive video that you don't know about, like anyone would care. But it's already out. Okay, I own a few of these, and this is one I wish I would have delayed. Like, well, I guess another reason I wish I would have moved it around and not fit it in 12 Days of Fluffmas, because, like, I kid you not, like a week after the same time I found How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS, we were eating at McDonald's, and they had these toys, and I'm like, okay, let's buy 4 Happy Meals, and then we bought, like, 4 Happy Meals, like, and we got the Mario toys, and I still have them, they're in, like, the room next door, and I'm like, God, I wish I had those, because they would have been really cool to demonstrate, but I didn't, and that really bugs me. But alas, like I said, I keep dogging on this video like I hate it or something, but no, this is one of my favorite Anything with Fluff episodes. Even though it's like a fairly short one, I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I genuinely, outro's rolling now, so I'll talk about it for 15 seconds. I'm so proud of how this one turned out. I think I told a well-rounded story, even if I could have done more with the day I had. Not even a day, because I had to do things that day. With the limited time I had, I think this video turned out pretty well. And now we're on to one that I don't think turned out pretty well. Nintendo Switch cartridges taste bad. This is one I had to make my ass up for. And I'm surprised I managed to get it out in time. Because I was working on Nintendo Happy Meal toys up until like the day after it was meant to go up. And I finished that late, so I had very little time to do this one. As in, I finished I finished Nintendo Happy Meal toys at like 4 p.m. Which meant I had to script, and I had to film, and I had to edit all of this in a very short span of time, which is why it's, I think, like, the shortest one. And I think Gaming at Harvey Norman is shorter, yeah, by, like, a few seconds. Gaming at Harvey Norman is a bit shorter, which is another one that I'll talk about in a second, after this one, or after a couple more. This is just one that I don't think turned out super well. I don't think it turned out terribly. It's just very much a filler episode. I mean, there's arguments to be made that every episode of 12 Days of Fluffmas is a filler episode, but this one especially, and a couple more in the latter half, were filler episodes, which kind of sucks. I'm glad I didn't give up, but you can tell that the steam was kind of going down in that second half. There were still a few standouts. The one after this, the Clutter of PS3 boxes, is another one of my favorites, and then Game Boy Micro Christmas, even though it came out like 2 months after the fact. I don't know why I whispered that. Those were really good, but there were like low lights. I want to call them low lights. I think this video is pretty, I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's pretty good. For a short 2-minute video, but I could have easily condensed this into a Fluff's Fast Funny. I've never called that, besides its plural name, calling it a Fluff's Fast Funny. Sounds weird. Award for Biggest Jackass with John E. Sins and, was that Santa Claus? Both of whom are characters in the Anything with Fluff universe, or even though they've never gotten names. John E. Sins was in the 3D Blast episode, and then Santa Claus, is his name, his first name San, last name Claus, is a character I make a joke about. Did it even say Santa Claus on that award certificate, or am I just talking out of my ass right now? I can't even remember. I don't even care anymore. Yeah, that was another one that had a mention in, I think, Gaming at Harvey Norman, and then Tully did voiceover, at least, in the Game Boy Micro Christmas episode for Santa Claus, albeit he's called Santa in that video. And don't worry, all of those characters are going to be making future appearances, at least Santa Claus will. And that was Nintendo Switch cartridges taste bad. They do not taste good. Matter of fact, I'm going to lick one right now just to prove. 1 second. You're not going to be able to see the look of disgust on my face, but hopefully you get the idea. This is Super Mario 3D All-Stars, so it's bound to taste bad because it's Super Mario 3D All-Stars. In my mouth, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. It's just as bad as I remember it being. I think it's a bit over-exaggerated, the fact that Nintendo Switch cartridges taste bad. Like, they don't taste good. Oh, yep. Oh, actually, I take that back. The aftertaste is not that nice. Anyways, I need water. Clutter of PlayStation 3 boxes is one of my favorites I've ever done. Oh my god, my mouth. That was not nice. I'm gonna put that back. Clutter of PlayStation 3 boxes is one of my favorites I did in this series. And I'm very proud that I managed to get it done in the latter half. This was one of those days where I wasn't on a time crunch. I didn't have work. I didn't accidentally release a video late. I had opportunity to make this video. And I took that opportunity, and I mean, it's a fairly short one. When I wrote this, I was really thinking it'd be like 10 minutes long, which would have been so cool. That sounds like some exciting thing, but a 10-minute video made in a day would have been really nice. But I still think a 5-minute video is pretty good. And this is something that really agitates me. I came about with this idea because I was looking at my PS3 shelf, and I saw the 2 designs, and I'm like, wasn't there a third one? And then I fall down this rabbit hole of there being 6 damn PlayStation 3 box designs, and it is hideous. It really messes with your head. Okay, the Nintendo Switch cartridge taste is really getting to me.
I'm fine with them being small, but you can at least see what they are.
It's like, yeah. I know it sounds like I'm over exaggerating. It wasn't that bad at first, but you know, it really gets to you after a bit. And I managed to get some camera work in this video recording PS3 boxes. I don't know why the two games I picked were Terminator Salvation and Sonic the Hedgehog. Or Sonic 06, specifically. That game sucks. I'd love to do a video on that at some point. Obviously there's a 3D Sonic game that probably begs more coverage from me. Sonic and the Secret Rings, of course. Is that even a video game, or am I tripping? Surely that's a video game. Okay, real talk for a minute. I'll make a Sonic Unleashed video at one point. Until then, enjoy me blabbing about stupid shit that is not Sonic Unleashed. The clutter of PlayStation 3 boxes, everybody! Woo! Oh, that is the box art for Dark Souls, and that is Mortal Kombat. I completely lost track in this video. God of War I put in there as an inside joke. God of War, okay, this might shock some people. I have not beaten God of War for PlayStation 4. And like I have not played Ragnarok at all, although I'd love to. But I kind of need to beat the PS4 game first. It's an ongoing joke with me and a friend Ramen, who he was in the Mario Paint video, which not like the Anything with Fluff episode, the one on this channel, more fluff. And he also did some art. He did rough sketches for the 12 Days of Fluffmas logo, which was later fleshed out. I'll get to that later. And it's an ongoing joke between me and him, like, that I will never play God of War. If he's watching this video, I hope you know I'm never playing God of War. Anyways, I kind of got off track there. I'm sure I'll play God of War one day, and I'll probably make some kind of fun video on it, maybe. We'll see. Medieval moves. What is that? That sounds like a fun video. PlayStation Move Heroes sounds like such a weird game. Like, that is the... I don't know what that is. I used that box art without really knowing what it is, and I still don't know what it is. I'm probably going to do some research into that when I'm done with this commentary, because it sounds so stupidly fun. Okay, yeah, and there comes MLB The Show 14 with the worst design ever. I'm ranting about it in the video here, obviously, but it's still really, that design aggravates me. It's the PS4 design, but for PS3 boxes, and I don't get it. I really don't get this one. Like, what does this do? You're meant to have, like... So I'm gonna burp, There we go. You're meant to have, like, a variation between your spine designs and your box designs, but they made them the same. They standardized it. And that really bugs me. And I don't get why they did it. And I tried coming up with a point there that it was okay, but maybe doing in line with what Xbox... falling in line with what Xbox was doing, but no. Like, it's such a stupid thing.
Don't get me wrong, I vastly prefer this to the blue ones, but if you're gonna stick to one style...
Yeah, okay, this was... 6 was kind of reaching when I said there were 6 designs, because the last one was the original design. They switched back to it for some reason, but it was wider. And I don't get that. Like, it's kind of reaching, but it is still a variation in the design. It pisses me off.
It's an interesting topic to talk about, because I never really see anybody point out how absolutely disgusting it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Looking at my shelf, it's so inconsistent. You have the red spines and the black spines. Like, just pick a damn design. But then I remembered that Xbox exists. Yeah, this is why I own an Xbox Series S and not a Series X, because I didn't have to deal with modern Xbox spine designs on my shelf. Thank you, Microsoft. That's another one I should do, like, a follow-up to this. I never thought about this for some reason, but I'm putting it in the commentary to remind myself. The clutter of Xbox boxes. The clutter of Xboxes. I have a YouTube ad right now, so, yep, there's going to be a 15-second cut here. Okay, and we are back. There was a YouTube ad there. Stupid. I should have, like, saved these videos and put them in a chronological thing instead of doing YouTube playlist, but here we are with Gaming at Harvey Norman, which is probably my least favorite that I did in the, 12 Days of Fluffmas. I still don't think it's a bad episode, but it's the shortest one, and, it's only like a minute of it is focused on the actual topic of the video, which is gaming at Harvey Norman, which to be fair is almost like half the video, so it's actually not that crazy, but it's still like, look, I could have done more here. I did this one because, again, I'd work that night, and I was going out to Harvey Norman before then. I'm like, okay, I really have no clue what video to do for today because I have work at night and I'm going out soon. I really have to take advantage of the situation, and I just kind of crammed to do gaming at Harvey Norman, which is a sort of a video I always wanted to do. I wanted to do it on a bigger scale, like gaming at those big box stores, stuff like Target, or it's an Australian retailer, but Big W or Harvey Norman, obviously, which I did here. Any of those bigger box retailers. Gaming at Toys R Us was one that popped up too. Or, Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore, though, so that would have been a bit impractical. And that was one of those ones that I wanted to do, gaming at big box stores. I didn't have time to go to Target or any of those places, though. I might do a bigger follow-up to this in the future where I actually do gaming at big box stores, because that is a topic I've always found weirdly interesting. But for the time being, I'm just doing gaming at Harvey Norman. And it's gaming at Harvey Norman. I'm gonna do the thing. I don't have much to say about it. Although I don't say that in this video, actually, weirdly enough. Of all the videos where I don't say it, and this is not one where I say it. I guess it's because it's a very short video. I kind of had to cram everything. That's a good joke. I'm sorry, I got a weird-ass message. That was the entire gaming section of Harvey Norman. Thank you and good night. That video was okay. I'm not very happy with how it turned out in the grand scheme of things, but on its own, it's fine. That's another one, similar to Nintendo Switch cartridges taste bad, that I think I could have just condensed into, just like, you know, a singular, what am I trying to say here? Like a singular video? Oh, not a video, I lost my train of thought. A singular short. But, I mean, it's fine for what it is. I'm so sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got distracted by all this we went to another one that I'm not a huge fan of, which is the Nintendo Serial System. This is, along with Wordle, the script I recycled. This was actually originally meant to be a Halloween special on a huge scale. The original plot to the video was, I covered the Nintendo Serial System for like 2 minutes, and obviously the bit at the end where I talk about, oh, well, now I can't have it. I decide, well, I'm going to go venturing for a box of Nintendo Cereal for some reason, because that's the kind of plots that, you know, occur in these dumbass videos. And I, like, go on a journey with some friends who would have had character arcs. They've appeared in videos, of course, all of them that were meant to be in that video. And they kind of like, we were meant to go, and then we find a box, and then it becomes a ghost for some reason, and then it attacks us, and then we kill the ghost, and then we killed Ghost Cereal. Okay, these videos sound really stupid when you try to describe them. And that was the original script. But it turned out fine. I really wish I could have done this as a Halloween special, but I was really busy during Halloween, and also everybody's schedules were conflicting. Like, it was, oh, I have work that day. Oh, it's the only day I'm free. Oh, I can't do that day. I have personal things on. Like, no matter what day you picked, it was all, like, so conflicting. So I never got to do that video, but I'm at least glad that I got something out of it. I recorded this on Christmas Eve, so it was, like, right, family stuff. I got home really late. It was, like, 8 p.m., and I'm like, okay, quick, I gotta record it, and I finished it pretty late. Yeah, I managed to get it done, though. This is the second shortest act. No, yeah. So, this is second shortest behind Gaming at Harvey Norman. And ahead of Nintendo Switch cartridges taste bad. It's fine. I mean, there wasn't really much to say about the Nintendo Cereal System without eating it. I could have ordered Nintendo cereal. They're selling it on eBay, because, you know, if you're not selling stale cereal on eBay, what are you doing with your life? I'm gonna burp again. Give me a minute here. There we go. I could have ordered it, but it would have taken a while to arrive, so, yeah. And I didn't really want to buy and eat stale cereal, because when a package arrived at my house saying Nintendo Cereal System, my parents would have asked, what the hell is this? And I would have had to say with a straight face, stale cereal. And I'm surprised I haven't been put up for adoption yet at the rate I'm going. And that's the Nintendo Cereal System. That video went by really fast. I didn't pay attention to a single thing that happened in that. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't have much to say about that one. It's a Nintendo Cereal System. I don't have much to say about the video where I don't have much to say. Who would have thought? And now we are up to the finale. A Game Boy Micro Christmas released 2 months after our Christmas. This was filmed on December 25th. Merry Christmas. It was, like, ready to go, and then for some reason, I don't know, problems arise with storage and editing and everything, and I did not manage to get this video done, but I knew I had to get it done before Valentine's, because I already had a Valentine's video done, which was, the marriage Is it the marriage or the wedding? I can't even remember the name of the damn video at this point. That's how tired I am. And I managed to get it done, but 2 months late, which is signified by the fact that there's a title card at the start saying 2 months ago. With that being said, though, this is up there as one of my favorites of the 12 Days of Fluffmas, even if at this point it's 12 days of the 1 day of Valentine's. 2 days of Valentine's, actually, because I did 2 videos. Even if that's all it really is, it's still a fun one. This was kind of meant to be, I wouldn't call it a sequel, but a spiritual successor, if you want to put it as that, to a wee mini Christmas. I already have the Christmas special planned out for this year, and I hate to break it to you, but it's not about small Nintendo products. I know I made a joke at the start of this one about it being about Mario's 2-inch penis, which I might make as an April Fool's video next year, although YouTube might take it down, so I'm not too sure about that. But what I am too sure about is this being a good video. That I'm just generally proud of, like how it turned out, and the ending is really cool, which I'll talk about in a bit when the credits start rolling, and it's so cool. Yeah, this is just a fun video. I'm very sorry if you were excited for this that it took 2 months. It shouldn't have, and I'm very embarrassed by that. I just have a terrible work ethic, and school and mental stuff gets in the way a lot. But overall, I'm just glad that I got this video out at any extent, because I think ending it at the 11 Days of Fluffmas would have killed me. Like, I managed to do daily videos for 11 days and just kind of ending the series there. Even if it, like, ended 2 months late, I'm just glad it came full circle. And it's really weird, because in that 2 months, so much happened in my life. So it's weird looking at that span. And it's just really nice watching these videos. I'll get sentimental at the end, okay? I will keep joking about the Game Boy Micro for 7 minutes, and then I'll get sentimental about how much I like these videos. Yeah, I still find the Game Boy Micro really stupid. It's a fine little product, but the fact that it not only released after the Nintendo DS, but wasn't, like, that much of a big gap in price from it, and only played Game Boy Advance games made it really dinky. This was another product I saw after recording it. The day I saw How the Grinch Stole Christmas for Nintendo DS and bought 4 Happy Meals was the day I bought a Game Boy Micro. I was out with some people, and I was like, oh my god, it's a Game Boy Micro! I was doing this for the next 12 Days of Fluffmas, and Lachlan, who was with me, was like, didn't you finish that? Because you haven't posted in a few days for it. I thought Nintendo Serial System was the end. I'm like, no, there's another one. It'll be out in a few days. A few days turned into 2 months. His motivation did not help. Sorry. Yeah, no, I do stand by that. Because I did get a hands-on experience with one a while back. Unfortunately not when I saw it that day. I asked the Super Retro employee, he's like, no, we can't do it. Oh my god, I just gave away the store name. Come and find me. The store's like an hour away from me, so you're not gonna find me. But yeah, the employee was like, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. I'm like, man, it was worth a shot. Get like actual hands-on Game Boy Micro footage. No, they could have played like Mario's pinball on it. That would have been fun. I don't want bubbles on my Game Boy, Lucas. This video is fun though. The editing might not have been the best, bar the ending, which I still love. But this was also my first proper endeavor with Final Cut Pro, may I add. The Sonic 3D Blast video was edited in Final Cut, and Top 6 Walls was also edited in Final Cut, but one of those was a small skip video, and the Sonic 3D Blast was really just me dicking about. I had no clue what I was doing. This was my first like big foray into Final Cut, and you know, I'd like to think as it goes on I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I still don't think I'm perfect with it, but it's coming together, so you know. And there's some Scott Stash footage for the Game Boy Micro. Woo. That's a conversation we'll have one day. Not today though, because I'm busy, you know, being passionate about things that I did work on by myself originally. I'm sorry. Yeah, charging cable is another one that pisses me off. It's not compatible with any other fucking beast on the planet. It's stupid. They switched. Nintendo has a habit of doing this. They did it with the 3DS and 2DS as well, where they switched the charging cables all about. It's so needlessly complicated. Like, just stick to one damn charging cable. You know though, like it could be worse. It could have meant the Game Boy Micro never released, and then I would have never had a topic to talk about for the 12th Day of Fluffmas. This was like the only one that I actually had planned from the very start. Like when I scrapped the Very Weezer Christmas Special is a loose name for it. When I scrapped that because I didn't have time, I knew I wanted to end with a Game Boy Micro Christmas, and I knew a couple of the ideas, like the Radiant Radish. Well, I kind of came up with that like a couple days beforehand, and also I'm trying to think what other ones I'd planned ahead of time. Hello Kitty World was sort of planned ahead of time, as in I knew I wanted to talk about some licensed NES game. And then also, that's really the only ones that were planned ahead of time, like before I started the series. And yeah, here I am summarizing the Game Boy Micro. Merry Christmas. It really pisses me off that it didn't release around the Christmas season, because I could have had 12 days straight of videos, and that would have made me so happy. Hey, 11 days of videos isn't that bad though. Like, I managed to make 11 videos straight. That's bloody incredible. They might be short videos, but they make me so happy to just... Well, I don't watch them often, but when I do, I'm like, wow, I did that in like a day, each of them. That's crazy. And now I'm going to transport to the North Pole, and this is cool. This was my first... Well, there were 2 experiments with green screen in this. This is one of them, of course, me in the North Pole, and then the other one was Nintendo Switch Cartridges Taste Bad, that news report segment. And here comes Tully playing Santa Claus. I'm just going to be silent so you can appreciate his voice. He put on such a deep voice. And then I bought another Wii U after making that joke. Yeah, his voice is so funny. I just texted him, like, when I was working on this. When I was actually like, okay, I have the footage and I'm ready to edit it a bit after the fact. I'm like, hey, do you still want to play Santa Claus? Because I came to him with the idea way beforehand back in December, and then I finally gave him the lines. And then he did that. And that was the 12 Days of Fluffmas. One of my favorite things I've ever done with the channel. And that damn logo is so cool. I want to shout out some people that worked on that. Ramen, who did the primary sketches. And then Jane, who did the actual proper sketch. And I also want to shout out all the amazing people that acted in this. I want to mention Kate, I want to mention Connor, I want to mention Lachlan, I want to mention Josh, I want to mention Tully. I feel like I've forgotten someone, and I feel like I asked for that. I want to mention the incredible artist Amber Duma, who did such a good job with the poster and the art here. And I want to special thanks to everybody in these credits who just helped, except for Victoria Crawford over here. She just said, hey, can I have my name in the credits? I'm like, sure. And that was the 12 Days of Fluffmas. One of my favorite things I've ever done on the channel. And it is a brilliant time capsule. Even looking back on it 5 months later, it's cool. And looking back on it maybe a year or 2 from now, it will be even cooler. I'm going to stop that there. Looking back on it like a few years from now is going to be even cooler. So much has changed in my life since I made these videos. And I like to think that these videos were kind of like an encapsulation of like a really good period of my life. Like, I'm not saying life sucks now. It's been 5 months. Life is pretty good. All things considered, I'm very happy with how life is going. But this period, recording these videos and having people, just be there, was really cool. And not to say those people still aren't there for me, but I'm not making daily videos anymore for them to be there for that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm getting weirdly sentimental. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what to say. Shit. It's just really nice watching these back and looking at all the people who helped, and I have plenty of behind the scenes stuff still saved from 12 Days of Fluffmas, which I'd love to post in like a bigger video, maybe end of year summary. When we hit 50 episodes, which I aim to do by hopefully the end of this year, albeit I'll be pumping up videos pretty constantly. Not promising anything. I'll probably end at like 40 because I'm a jackass who has a terrible upload schedule. But if I can end by 50, I'd love to do a video talking about those 50. Because, anything with fluff has taken up nearly, I'm trying to do math right now, a fifth of my life, more than. I'm 15 now. I've been doing anything with fluff more than 3 years. That math checks out. And while I may not have the most consistent upload schedule, very few days go by where I don't think, oh, what's the next video going to be? What am I going to script? Always, there's an idea coming into my head, always, of how to push forward with this series. And while 12 Days of Fluffmas didn't really push the series in a massive direction, I didn't want it to. I got some advice from a friend to really focus on... I'm going to get deep here for a second, I'm sorry. To really focus on my mental health, because I wasn't in the hottest place. To do things that I genuinely enjoy. And he knew that I loved making videos. He mentioned I love doing these videos. Use that as a creative outlet. And then after about a week of thinking, oh God, what could I really do? I thought, okay, a brilliant thing to do would be 12 Days of Fluffmas, and while it may have put me through the 9 circles of hell for a bit when scrambling to get videos done at 1 a.m. and I'm nearly about to pass out editing footage of Hello Kitty, it was so nice seeing the final product and just having them all together. It totals like 50 minutes overall, which is almost feature length, and that is just so cool. I don't like to call it a movie because there's not a connective arc for the most part. I mean, there's a few things connecting. And I just love these videos, and they made me really happy. And anytime I make a video, it makes me really happy. More recently, I love this is just something I'm so passionate about. And getting 12 days of where I just talked about topics that I care about, where I actually did set myself a deadline, but topics I cared about, and I didn't set myself like, oh, these have to be big videos or anything. I was just like, no, they can be exactly how long I want them to be. I let myself have a lot of creative freedom with it. And I think the end result, it might not be perfect, and if I could go back and change things, of course I would. That's with any video, even projects I'm really proud of, like the Weezer fan club video. There's always things I'd go back and change. Largely because, the Weezer fan club reopened 2 days after I made that video. God damn it, Rivers. Anyways, that's not what we're here about. We are here about the 12 Days of Fluffmas. These were just so cool. And I only hope, because these videos did fairly well. They didn't do incredible. But for daily videos that was popping out, I didn't really expect much more from them, considering they're very short. I got what I worked for. And even more, probably. And I'm just very happy that I'm able to share these 12 days of just really cool videos that I'm really passionate about with an audience. Even if half that audience is just my friends, they are some of the best friends in the world. They help me act, they help me write, they help me do art, some incredible art that you saw in those credits. Shout out to them again. Best f***ing artists and best f***ing actors. They're not very good actors, but they were very supportive when I was like at 1 a.m. like, Jesus Christ, this video, man. He's like, hey, you'll be fine. Everyone was like that, and I just want to thank not only those people, but just anybody that watched these videos, anybody who stayed for 50 minutes of me doing commentary on some dinky-ass videos. I am so thankful to just anybody who gave like 2 shits about me talking about the Radiant Radish. I got really genuine there for a minute, but, it's like, this kind of thing means a lot to me, and I only hope it means something to you. Thank you for watching this commentary. Thank you if you watched 12 Days of Fluffmas. If you haven't, I hope this commentary gave you a bit of education on how it came about. And if you have, I hope it did the same thing. I hope this commentary was just generally enjoyable. I'm not very good at commentaries. The only one I've done is on a 5-minute video, so going from that to a 50-minute collection of 12 videos is kind of wild, but I hope it got the job done, and I hope you at least learnt that talking about the Radiant Radish is not healthy.